Oh, there we go. Okay. Yo, those cars are, like, extremely uniform. What the hell? Now that's how you ride bumper to bumper. Everyone just accelerating instantly at the same speed, like... It's closed, as expected. Oh, damn. Are you sure? Wait! Let me just touch your boob there for a second. My bad. A cat? Right, because they like cats and dogs. Huh? What's this? Wait, not that one. I meant the other photo. This one's unrelated to the case. At the time the body was discovered, someone from the church tried to enter and knocked over a paint can. Okay, the fact that that's a solution key means, like, something's going on there. This'll take a long time to explain, plus I don't feel like it. So I'll kick that roll over to you, Master. Oh! Ah! Down the rabbit hole we go! Because that would explain, like, the strength and dexterity or whatever. Does Halara also become chained up to mommy as well? Yo, why we all got these chains on us? No, it's probably just the bond that we share. Where am I? What should I do? I'll need to explain everything, won't I? We don't have much of a choice now. No point in keeping secrets here. Halara? Let me explain. Okay, they do the fast. I love the fast forward thing. It helps me out. I don't have to actually, like, fucking explain everything. And that's how this mystery labyrinth involving the Nailman killings materialized. I see. So mystery labyrinths are a materialization of mysteries themselves, and the truth is encased deep within. I appear to have underestimated you. This is an amazing forte. I must admit, it's quite a superhuman power. As far as I know, no other ability comes close to this. Who are you? I refuse to think you're just a trainee detective. To be honest, this isn't my ability. Before you continue, tell me, who is that woman beside you? Her name is Shinigami. I think the simplest way to describe her is that she's the guide for the mystery labyrinth. That's me! I'm also Master's scary cute mentor. On my next question. You're just gonna ignore me? You mentioned the Nailman case just now. I heard that the rumors about that around town. Why are you investigating that case? Huh? What are you talking about? We were just investigating the Nailman case together. The Nailman? We were pursuing that case together? You don't remember? There was a young boy who wanted to hire a detective, and you turned him down. I do remember you received a request from a child about some case, and you ended up seeking my help. The cost for hiring me was 5,500,800 yen. You remembered the exact amount. But I can't remember what the case involved. I do vaguely recall investigating something. My mind is clouded. I don't remember exactly what was being investigated or what was discovered. Could that be? Yeah, that's because the Mystery Labyrinth. The Mystery Labyrinth is a fortress protecting the truth, so outsiders usually can't reach it. If someone did happen to wander in, their memories of the case would be locked away. Though, if you have a pact with me, you wouldn't be affected. But I guess that part of the pact can't be shared. This is a Mystery Labyrinth's defense mechanism, then. It makes sense for a vault that protects its treasure, the truth, to have a significant level of security. Yep, you're totally not strange at all. How Lara sure here is smart. Hell, Ara? Oh, don't mind her. She gives people random nicknames. Anyway, since my memories of the case have been taken away, I will provide a supporting role for your investigation. Supporting role? As long as we're in here, I will act as your assistant. Well, that's the same as our original agreement. That means we can't rely on Halara's detective skills to blast through this dungeon. That's unfortunate, but it's still nice to have an ally. Hey, Master! Before we head into the mystery labyrinth, let's do that thing. Huh? What thing? Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth? Yeah, I am. Oh, we gotta throat her, dog. Oh my god, we get to watch this animation every time too. Yo, what that throat game do? I'm not gonna lie though, did you really have to make it like so sexual? You couldn't just like, you know, clap your hands and boom, there's a sword. I actually have to like reach down your gullet to like pull that shit out like a sword swallower. Well, this world is just full of surprises. I assume that sword is used to cut down enemies interfering with your progress through the mystery labyrinth? You're right. It's a special sword that can interact with things here. I better materialize the solution keys I got during the investigation too. Phew, that was a lot. Here you go. Do you have to vomit them out every time? What? Should I use a different hole instead? Sorry, please, don't mind her. Alright, we're all set. Now let's unriddle the mystery labyrinth. Our target is the true culprit who preys on the truth. I'm assuming the whole, like, Halara not remembering things is because then they could just tell us, who the culprit is. Because obviously they have the answer. Like, Halara already knew who the culprit was, but if we brought him in here, and then they just would go like, oh yeah, the culprit is this, is this person, like, then there would be no reason for the mystery labyrinth, because then we would just clear it. Like, all the mysteries would be cleared up. So that's probably why, like, they had to pull the rule where it's like, oh, anyone who joins us is, forgets whatever happened. I understand that progressing through the mystery labyrinth will allow us to obtain the truth. But what happens to us if we can't find it? We'd be lost wandering around here forever. But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time we spend here. Oh, I forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for solving the mystery labyrinth. A what? There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. Stick around too long and your soul will leave your body behind. Your soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the mystery labyrinth and you vanish entirely. In other words, you die! Why are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago! Oh, relax! Quit whining! A detective is bound to die anyway. Isn't that right, Halara? It's no different from our usual line of work. A detective's life is always on the line. See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something. You're taking this awfully well, Halara. Are they actually with me? Oh, yeah. They just weren't in the shot. They just kind of, like, disappear on me. Unless I do this. Look at this. Do the hustle. Do, 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 do. What's this? They seem to represent the 4 crime scenes. I assume that solving all 4 will allow us to progress. Oh, I see. You see? Master, this is your job. So what's first? How about starting with the clock tower, since it was the first one you investigated? If the number is set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the 4th locked room mystery. Do I have to? Or can I just go in any direction? Aren't you going to check the scene of the clock tower first? Let's go once you're ready. I feel like the game's probably like getting me to go that way. The clock tower crime scene is the 4th locked room. Let's hurry, master. Are you going to the 4th locked room? Yes. Guess even the doll has a voice. Well, technically we did not investigate this with Halara, so there might be like new things we can pull. If they can use their forte here, we might also learn something else, right? Well, but then again, no, you're right, because when we discovered it, it's pointless, right? Because like the crime scene was still the same as when it was first discovered, so we wouldn't be able to learn anything new from like the past. Because like we investigated this crime scene at the time it was like first discovered, so like everything would have stayed the same. This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, did you recreate it with your powers? You didn't recreate it with your powers, did you? No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost die. It looks to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own. The 4th locked room is the latest chronologically, correct? That's right. This is also what got me involved in the Nailman killings. What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely as possible. The crime was a locked room murder mystery. Okay. The crime was a locked room murder inside the storage room of the clock tower. In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails, which means that's the corpse. Yeah, there were also lots of dolls nailed to the walls. It looks just like the one of those bizarre crime scenes left behind by the Nailman guy from the urban legend, hence the Nailman killings. From the look of it, the door was locked from the inside. Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered. There is only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see, so the shutters were locked too. This is the 3rd floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here. So it really was a locked room mystery. Hey, if this is a locked room, aren't we like stuck here too? Oh no, master, we're trapped unless you solve this mystery. Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out. You better hurry. Oh, hey! Where did the culprit flee from? I see. So this is how you make the questions appear. I'm surprised you're so calm after seeing that. Spot selection. Where did the culprit flee from? The window. Soka! That was the last thing that had to have been locked. Plus the strings gave it away that's where they exited from. It has to be here. The culprit must have escaped through the window. And your reasoning? When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It was wet underneath the window, but I could tell it was already starting to dry, which means the window was open not too long ago. It's likely that the culprit escaped through the window and closed the shutters on the way out. Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside? Yes. This style of shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down, and once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside. Once they let go, it automatically locked. In that case, let's try leaving the locked room in the same way. Right, let's try it. Oh shit. Ah! The Nailman killings have already been solved! Is he that peacekeeper? It's a mystery phantom. The people covering up the case in the real world are manifested like that here to stop us. You think the culprit really escaped from here? This high up? If you fall, you die. Why don't you give it a try? Help! Ah! Ah! Hey, don't drag me down with you. We can't leave a guest behind, Helara. It would be downright unmanly. I think she said unhumanly. Dealing with continuous attacks. Press the correct button when you think you have the correct answer to the question of the mystery phantom throws at you. Attacks are gonna keep coming, but be careful. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults. Oh, so if I dodge everything, I also take damage. Okay. Makes sense. Yuma, the mystery labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery, so solving it will get us out of this, right? I think so. The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like they did. They would need a tool to get down. A tool? You should have found something during the investigation. I was helping you, after all. You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember. Master, concentrate! What did the culprit use to escape from the high location? Burnt remains of strain. Right. Oh, shit. No, that was it. No, I can't dodge it. Okay, now I understand. I have to hit the right thing when it comes to me. God, I'm already taking damage. Master, concentrate! Alright. What did the culprit use to escape from the high location? Burnt remains of a strange rope. This must be it! That's it! We found the burnt remains of that rope in the incinerator at the church. The culprit had used the rope to escape through the window. What traces did using the rope leave behind? Or did using the rope leave behind? Not the wet floor. Shutter structure! Fuck, wait, I think that was it. Works on the wind! There, that one! This is it! Holy shit, dude. Oh my fucking god, I have no chance to read this shit. The nail was stuck in the doll under the window, had some rub marks on it. The culprit must have tied the rope there. That's why those nails have been hammered in below the window. It wouldn't be possible to climb down the rope simply hooked into the window unless you had a special training for it. There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down. In that case, it couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been. What's that? I can't hear you! What were the rope's burnt remains originally? Ah! Safety line, rope ladder, rope ladder, rope ladder. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, pussy! Ah! Oh, you can just fucking float back into the room? Ow! We're alive, I think. Yuma, are you okay? Yeah, thanks. You saved me, Helara. Correct. It's all thanks to me. Money well spent, no? Well, it was a lot of money. Come on! Are you two just gonna keep staring at each other all day? Let's get out of this locked room! Right. So, this is the rope ladder in question. It certainly would help you escape. The details of the case are still unclear to me. Was this found in the church's incinerator? That's right. It didn't concern me at the time, but it makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together. And that's how they made a rope ladder. What makes you so sure it was used here? The nail under the window showed signs of friction from the rope and had some yellow fibers on it. A clergy member showed me the rope's burnt remains, and I noticed it was the same yellow color. and there were footprints on the ground below the window of the clock tower, facing the wall. Thinking about it now, there was clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there. Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail? How did they get down from the bottom? The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom, it would have been one long single rope which they could easily pull down. The window shutter fell due to its weight and locked automatically, completing the locked room. Yep, that's stellar deduction. Major props. To me for training you. The culprit used the rope ladder to escape the clock tower? What of it? Ah, he's back. That doesn't change her verdict at all. The watchmaker is the culprit. Master, Boone killed the mystery phantom, blocking your path. Yeah. Think because you got a megaphone, you're hot shit. Clock tower. Oh, the clock. Oh, fear of heights. These deductions of yours are unnecessary. It's clear who the culprit is. The watchmaker was nearby at the time of the crime. The watchmaker was also at the scene. Oh, fuck. And he had a hammer full of nails. In other words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, you just deduce he created the locked room and escaped via the rope ladder. No, he had a fear of heights, Soichigayo! The watchmaker is afraid of heights. He couldn't even look out the window as he went up the tower. No way he climbed the rope ladder that high up. So it's impossible for him to have committed the crime. He's not the nail man. Damn you! You said these mystery phantoms try to cover up the case, right? Which means the Peacekeeper Seth is trying to do just that. I don't know why, but it's clear the Peacekeepers are involved with this case. Perhaps it is connected to Kanai Ward's ultimate secret. All the more reason to seize the truth. Let's go. Right. Geez, who's the protagonist here? All of us. That's why we got special sprites and words at the bottom. Don't you get it, Shinigami? You fourth wall break. You got fucking your own hand-drawn sprites and text at the bottom. There's no way you're not a protagonist. By the way, Yuma, about your sword. Does it only work on Qs and mystery phantoms? The solution blade works against anything in the mystery labyrinth, so don't cut your allies by mistake, Master. You could have told me that sooner. Can I use that sword? Oh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly. You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Halara. So, nope, you can't use the solution blade. I was merely curious. Regardless, it's best I act as a support since I don't have any memories of what happened. Let's return to the case. Assuming the watchmaker isn't the culprit, do you have any notions of who it is? I do. Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit. I think I understand the reasoning why. The rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access. In other words, whoever tried to destroy the evidence is a member of the church. Prompt and logical. I am quite impressed. Wait, you're tooting your own horn? Can you actually... Oh, you can. Okay, so literally at any moment when I have control of Yuma, I can actually save. Okay, well that's actually good knowledge because like I may not want to like I may not get through the whole mystery labyrinth in one sitting because like this could take like fucking hours on end, bro. So anywho. Hey, a treasure chest! Can I open it? Check it out, a new solution key. Only clergy members have access to the incinerator. Oh, and that takes care of that one, I guess. We're back at the original spot. So we cleared the first route. We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit, which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the mystery labyrinth operates. You learn fast, unlike a certain master I know. If you're so impressed, why don't you just sign a pact with Halara? Oh, are you skulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't ya? No, I'm not. We're short on time, aren't we? Let's move on. Right. I can't wait to reap the culprit's soul. What do we do next? You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with? Let's see. Okay, so now I can choose whatever one. I feel like let's just keep it going with chronological, right? Because, that's just how we investigate it. So first we went to the next one we went to was, this scene. The bar, the casino. The first locked room happened 6 months ago in the secret club of Kamasaki District. An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, let's solve this thing. Are you going to the first locked room? Yes. No, actually, I think I'm just gonna go to Denny's. What? There's a fucking Denny's here? I'm gonna go to Waffle House. Oh, we have a Starbucks. Oh, did we get trapped inside a locked room again? But if the mystery isn't solved, then we won't escape this place. Trapped in a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually. I have no intention of playing along with your fantasies. Yuma, hurry up and take care of this. Yeah, okay. Where did the culprit flee from? This is where I used Halara's forte with my coalescence for the first time. Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those are most suspicious. Where did the culprit flee from? The vent. Soka! That's why the nails were like pinned up there so that way they could climb up there. And we did confirm that a small or like a slim adult could fit through. Wait, that rules out the I don't want to say it, but I have to. And the large one, the fat guy, that rules him out because if our culprit did all these murders and only a slim person can fit through there, that already rules him out as the culprit because he could not have escaped this locked room. So it had to have been one of the other three. It can't physically be him. I see what the game's doing now. It's going through all the scenarios to try and pinpoint which of the clergy members was the true culprit. And obviously we can now pin the large guy out because he wouldn't have been able to fit through this vent. I know! What about the vent? You believe the culprit escaped through the vent? Yes, I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with the post-cognition, the screws of the 4 corners of the vent were removed, which means the culprit must have escaped from there. Oh damn, he vented! Was this Among Us? How ludicrous! You're saying the culprit escaped from the vent? That's impossible! Master, poke him with full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course. What does that mean? We're gonna play putt-putt on his body? It's pretty slick that I already have enough skills to just, like, fucking rule out what it is. How ludicrous. They used the vent. Oh, fuck. What the fuck was that? That's utterly impossible. To think that was... Isn't it pretty high up? There's no way you could get there. Even if the cover was removed. It might be that one. There's no foothold that could reach it! Switchigayo, the nails in the wall! Some of the nails stuck in the bottom of the vent were bent downwards. The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend. I really dig the music though. So, you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance. Yeah, no kidding. However, solving the mystery itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent. Did you find that out using the post-cognition? Yeah, without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve. You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own. Sorry. You got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh? Anyway, let's head out. We'll use the nails on the wall as footing, like you just deduced. Right, let's hurry. The Mystery Labyrinth. Such a bizarre place. I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mysteries? You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists. An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one. Kinda. There is? But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from. Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price. What, kill yourself? Is probably what she's gonna say, right? And that is... Don't worry about it! Using it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery. Got it. I'd assume she means kill yourself, right? So, if you're dead, you get teleported out of La La Land, but then you die in the real world, so... I'd assume is probably the exit. It's either that or soul suck my life force until I die. There it is! Another treasure! So who's gonna open the treasure chest this time? How about whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity pool? Oh, that's me! Alright, another solution key. Only someone with a slender build could have used the nails as footing or escaped from the vent. Looks like another clue leading us towards the culprit. Someone thin. Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble. And given the size of the vent, only someone thin could fit through it. So the culprit must be thin, while narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely. Keep it up, Master! This is all thanks to my training! So we've already nailed out one of the clergy members. It can't be the large guy, because he can't possibly have climbed those nails and got out through the vent. Alright, let's keep going and solve the remaining locked rooms. Okie doke, boff. Number 2, here we come. That's the pooping number. The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion. The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key was found underneath the corpse. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the second locked room? Yes. Of course. Escort me away. There are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room. It shares common traits with the other Nailman killings. And we're trapped again! Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room or we're not leaving! I'll try. Where did the culprit flee from? The door was locked when the corpse was found, and the only key was underneath the body. There are no windows that could have been used to escape, and the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here? Just from the door. They just got out from the door. Soka! This has to be the spot! They just fucking walked out, brother. To leave the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway. Huh? There's nothing special about that. But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit. But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse? Try it. Everything must be verified. Sure. After committing the crime, the culprit went out into the hallway with the key in hand and then locked the door. Assuming that it's the only way to create the locked room, the problem is, what are you gonna do with the key in your hand, master? Don't tell me you still have no idea. Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. Huh? Looks like we're locked out. This is bad, master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss! What do I do? Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you? Yes, I'll try. We have to put the key back into the locked room, right? In that case, because of the culprit, what happened to, they threw it in. That's right, the key could slide through the gap into the vent cover from above the door. I couldn't even read that question, what the fuck? And if it managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here, it stopped, but nothing happened. The door is still closed. If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in. But there's more to it. Than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse. I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here. Halara, have you already solved the trick to this locked room? You haven't? Hey, quit playing so hard to get and tell us, or just tell me. You can whisper it in my ear. If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xian. Of course, I don't work cheap. You really are the devil, trying to take money from a death god, huh? The key was definitely tossed inside, but that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit pull off the trick after tossing in the key? Maybe the corpse was moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key. But how did you move the body from outside a locked room? Aw, the way's completely blocked off. But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right? That's true. So we just have to solve the mystery. Okay, that explains. So he did just throw the key in from the vent and used the string to hoist the body up. And then threw the key under while it was hoisted and then just simply had to let go of the string or cut the string to drop the body. At least give me a heads up first. It says, how was the corpse moved? I've been trying to figure that out for a while, but evidence was left at the scene. Huh? If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off. Tool? That's right. All the evidence is provided. You must figure out the rest for yourself if you wish to be a true detective. Got it. Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell because I'm your mentor. So I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be. Huh? Ready for what? Lay it all out, master. Oh god, I fucking hate Shinigami Puzzle. I didn't even get like a freebie like how many letter word this was, so it's so hard figuring out what they freaking want you to say sometimes. Shinigami Puzzle. The culprit used a blank to move the body. Oh, please. Oh, please, for the love of God. I'm getting rid of this perk instantly, dude. I'm not gonna make it. Wait, string R N G. Okay, whew, still got it. Holy fuck, 7 seconds to spare. Oh my god, I'm getting rid of that perk, dude. That was horrible. That's only good if you, like, actually know the answer right off the bat. Ain't no way, dog. Can I remove that, like, right now? Because, like, that was awful. That was not a helpful fucking thing, dude. That's right, there was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime. A sturdy and thin string, like a fishing line, must have been used to move the body. You really think a tiny string could move a whole corpse? There he is again, that rude and gloomy guy. That deduction is wrong. You're wrong. What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now. Listen, the nails in the corpse's leg pierced through his body and are onto the floor, which means the corpse was fixed into place. So how could the corpse be moved? Oh, true. If the corpse was stuck in place, it'd be impossible to move it. Indeed, it would be impossible. Halara, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time? Huh? The door. The truth is slipping further away. Of course it is, because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end. Master, let's take him down first. Yeah. Probably gotta be like something with the bloodstains, right? Dull eyes gouged out, bloodstains on corpse. Do you have any proof that it was moved? Oh, dude, I got fucking movement. You see that shit? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In the fact of the corpse showed no signs of ever being moved. Soichigayo, the bloodstains on him moved! No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline, but blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, towards the hips. If the corpse was motionless on his back, there wouldn't be any such unusual bloodstains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when we first discovered it. Oh, God, he can multiply? They're multiplying. What? What's this? Bleh, gross. We gotta hurry and get through that door. Unusual circumstances? It doesn't matter. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't possibly have moved. You can't change the truth. Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all? No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is evidence in truth. Can I read what you said there? I'm fucking stupid. No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using evidence is the truth. Halara! There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicated the corpse was moved. So, all that remains is to answer, how was the pinned body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this. The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned... Master, we gotta chase after that door! It's getting further away! Oh, hey, wait! I won't let you! What position was the corpse in before it was moved? Upper body sitting up. That's right. The corpse was sitting up first. That's why only wounds on the upper half of the body bled straight down. What was used to sit the body upright? Thin string. The string I mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it. Why was the corpse lying on its back at the time of discovery? The string was retrieved. The culprit then retrieved all the string and kept the corpse in place from outside the door. And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered. Hell yeah, dude. I'm smooth with it. I'm smooth with it. It appears this locker room mystery will finally be solved. Huh? When did this happen? Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this. Right. Recreate the locked room. Think about how the culprit created the locked room and followed the same steps to complete the room. Inspect items following the sequence of events. Some of the items weren't used in the crime, so be careful. You gotta recreate the culprit's process to create a locked room mystery. Okay, so there's 5 things to this. Okay. Maybe you got the order wrong? Stay calm, collect your thoughts. First, you need to tie the fishing line down. Find a sturdy spot where it can easily be retrieved later. Oh, what the fuck? That was wrong? Oh, the vent. It had to start with the vent, right? First, a knot was tied through the slit of the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, I'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place. Okay, then it went to the doll. That's it. It passed through the doll's eyes. And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else. The corpse. Right, the line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was the neck. That's why it has the line there. Here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's all clear that the line passed through the vent the doll's eyes and ended beneath the neck. Hang on, why pull the line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body? To support the body's weight, the line needed to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place. Next, the fishing line. What am I doing? Was it then pulled? So is it back to vent? Now, to return the line to the vent. Okay. There we go. All right. This kept the corpse's upper torso in place. The room has been completely prepared. So next, then they put the key. Or wait, no, wait. Then they left. They left. There we go. The culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then the vent gap. The key was thrown through the gap in the vent. If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then the corpse, which was supported by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room. Hooray! You did it! That's my master! Locked room complete. My bad. I don't, it's kind of hard to, like, understand, like, what you need to, like, get through next. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'll get a C on stamina again. Bite my ass. The bloodstains were strange. The length of nails driven into the upper and lower body were different. The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body, but the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured while the upper half could still be moved around. That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it. Okay, time to get our treasure chest. Phew, looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest. Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it? Which is me, of course. The fishing line was used in the locked room mystery of the mansion's study. This is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it. Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now. Let's solve the rest. Right. Well, one more to go. Okie doke, boss. One more to go, boss. Oh, wait. Abilities. I wanted to get rid of that shit. Oh my god. That's a horrible fucking perk. Remove skill. Yes. Holy fucking shit. That was a horrible fucking skill. I don't want the slowness, dude. Worst skill investment I've ever done. Oh my god. Well, like, I don't know. I just thought, like, I didn't think it was gonna be that slow. Like, that perk is only good for, like, if you know the answer. But, like, me, I'm still, like, I need to see the letter scroll by to help me, like, deduce what it is. So, like, with it being slowed down, I was like, oh, shit. Plus, like, I can hit that shit on the fly. It's not really that, it doesn't spin that fast to, like, not be able to hit stuff. The third locked room murder that happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage room in Ginma district. Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed. If you think you're up for it, let's solve this thing. Are you going to the third locked room? Yes. Now I was thinking of stopping at Popeyes real quick. Found myself at Popeyes. First, I went to Subway. Next, I found myself at Subway. Powering through a whole inch veggie on wheat. Still didn't give me enough courage to turn it on. Oh, did we get stuck inside another locked room again? This was the corpse that was discovered by the worshiper at the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here? Where did the culprit flee from? It had to have been the door, right? Like the main, this is another like main door one. Soka! It's the only way out. I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but... Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master? No, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime. The culprit just used the canopy of the key. Used a copy of the key. Would that really be considered a locked room mystery? Well, there are only 2 keys in the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara. One of the keys is always carried by one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right? And the only other key was nailed through the doll into the painting. So, it is a locked room mystery, right? Right? That's totally it. I see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma, can you go check outside of that window? Oh, just like before? Before? Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place. I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved. Huh? Wait, did you already solve the mystery? You haven't? How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see. Oh, it unlocked! Looks like you can go outside. All right, let's go see. Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again? Halar told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window. Hey, maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window. That way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Is this the storage key? Which means... Because of the culprit, what happened to the key? This one's a freebie. I was right. Just toss it in there, Master. The culprit threw the key inside? Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window? Was the key thrown in by the culprit? Master, hurry up and throw the key in! No, I don't think that it was nailed in. Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall! I don't think that's right. I think it was nailed in. Right? That's the right answer? How didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right? No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to the painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room. Oh, right. But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how was the key left in the room? If you can't nail the key after throwing it... Oh! Ah! Ow! You're back. The key vanished. The key is in my hand. Master, you got that doll and nail. I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path. Yeah, I'm gonna solve this. Good luck, master! Recreate. Okay, I'm a little stumped on this one. You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll. Recreate the locked room mystery. Okay. No, the ladder wasn't part of this. We gotta get the painting first, right? Alright, first take the painting. The doll would have been first. Nailed the doll to the painting. The culprit nailed the doll into the painting. Next, both were stood up at a certain location. Oh, wait. Do I think I know what's happening here? Okay, so it was just set up like that. Interesting, okay. The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window. After that, do I have to like go outside? See, I don't know what they want me to do. Then the culprit went outside. Okay, I was right. Then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room. There we go. I can see the painting and the doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap. The doll's got the nail in it, but the problem is that the key is in your hand, master. Yeah, the culprit took the key and then... nailed to the painting with the doll. The culprit nailed the key to the painting along with the doll from outside the window. Finally, knocked the painting toward the room. Push the painting into the room. Hell yeah, dude. I did that with no mistakes. Look at that. It completes the locked room mystery. This is how the culprit did it. Nice. I was a little stumped on that. I didn't think about the whole, like, painting could just be propped up next to the window. That was smart. That was good. I like that. I'm glad I actually got that on the first try. It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind the locked room. Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So, to mislead us into thinking that was possible, the key was nailed to the painting, which was then pushed over. It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this. Seriously? Only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me? Hey, a treasure chest! Ooh, who's gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it. How would you decide that? Like this! I'm the meanest! Let's check out this treasure! Huh? What's wrong? It's empty! Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room. This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth. That's terrible! I suddenly feel so tired. We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going. Yeah, I guess to be fair, because anyone could have necessarily done that. There's no, like, real evidence that could help us provide, like, a closer glimpse at, like, any one of the clergy members could have done that. That's it for the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team, don't you think so? Well, what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all the locked room mysteries. Now, let's go. Right. Again, I gotta ask, who's supposed to be the protagonist here? I don't know, everyone. Ever thought about that? Huh? Shinigami? Huh? You ever thought about that one? Maybe we're all just the protagonists in our own mystery. That's some deep level thinking right there. This place is creepy. Don't be afraid to roll the dice. You must keep pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach the perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right? Oh, wait, I think Yuma said that. Hang on. No, Halar said yes. Okay, I was right. See, I'm getting the hang of this. I got this. I'm reading them correctly. Oh, now we gotta do... Oh, do we have to, like, actually, like... Is this some dungeon? What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here. Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God. Oh, I have nothing to do with this case. I'm not the culprit. Let me go. Wow, they're all here. So now we must pick the true culprit of the case. The true culprit. Yuma, you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it here. You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful. You sure are honest. But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a true detective. Now, tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you. With your logic, anything is possible. All right, I'll try it. Who's the culprit? Figure it out and hit him with a dramatic finger. A dramatic finger point. Make the right choice and you'll reveal the new truth. The true culprit. Who is the nail man? I'm not the nail man. I'm not the culprit. I'm not the nail man. How could I be the nail man? Okay. Let's do some logical thinking here. Actually, can I? No, I can't pause. I guess. Oh shit. I didn't mean to like fucking break my game. Okay, let's do some logical thinking here. So, from a lot of the clues that we've gathered, obviously, the culprit had to have been someone thin and nimble. They also had to have been a clergy member, ruling this guy out, because he told us he didn't actually work for the church. So he's not a clergy member. He does not have a key to the incinerator. Rules him out. You have to be thin and nimble. He is not thin and nimble. Rules him out. Could potentially be. Her broken arm leads me to believe she's not nimble. But when did she actually break her arm? Is the question. I think I'm dead set on the priest. Because just because of her broken arm. And we can't confirm whether or not she like I forget, she might have actually said that like she broke her arm on instruments. That's right. She broke her arm on instruments, which I would believe because like she's some kind of like goth heavy metal like nun or some shit. So I mean it's not very plausible to like break your arm on a fucking instrument, but like it makes sense. in the sense of, like, this killing instance, she probably had broken her arm before, like, some of these killings, which would not make her nimble enough to be able to commit them, especially the clock tower crime. I'm assumed and led to believe that she probably broke her arm before the clock tower one, which you probably would need to be pretty nimble to climb that ladder. So, to me, it's the priest, baby. I think I was right. I think I was right. The culprit is you, Father. What? It's an absolutely ridiculous thing to say. Him again? Why won't you just give up? You're saying the priest, the man of the cloth, is the culprit? That's impossible. How dare you spew such nonsense? Right. Do not make such baseless accusations. The culprit has to be someone else. Yuma, can I leave this to you? It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could have possibly been the culprit. Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom, kill him. Oh, dude, nice fro, man. Nice weird, swiggly fucking dude, bro. He looks like a real villain now. Wait, do we fight them both? Persons with access to the incinerator. I am the man of the cloth. Doubting me like this? Fuck. It's total blasphemy. I am not the nail man. That is it. The first one to discover the bodies was the worshipper man. Suichigayo, he didn't have access to the incinerator. The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access. The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member, so he's no longer a suspect. Shut up! Shut up! Ridiculous! I'm assuming it's probably going to be the thin person. A member of the church is the culprit? Even so, I am not the culprit. There are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant. The servant must be the nail man. The servant was able to commit the crimes. No, he wasn't. He was too fat. Climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility. Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime. No, no, no! Absolute lies! The nun must be the culprit. She's thin and also works for the church. She absolutely was able to commit the crime. Soichigayo, no she couldn't. She had a broken arm. In the mansion's study lock room, the culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun... That's it. Because that's why we confirmed it was her dominant hand. Right. She wouldn't have been possibly been able to accurately throw that key as well as use the fishing line at the same time with a broken arm. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that, which means she's not the culprit. At least I had sound logic for selecting those. So like I just didn't remember all the details of it, but I had very sound logic in picking the priest as the main culprit. It's not the churchgoer, the servant, or the nun. There's only one option left. Father, it's you. You're the nailman. Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin this on me. Well, you're useless. I am a priest in service of God. I am not the nailman. You're like some weird fucking roided monster now. He's like the Jonkler, dude. Look at that shit. You got the fucking like sharp teeth and the like the little fucking like I don't know what spiky hairdo. Kind of looks like the Jonkler. Yeah! What god would make you this ugly? All your proof is nothing but fantasy. You don't have a single piece of hard evidence. Hard evidence? Yeah, but I do got soft evidence. That's gotta count for something, right? My dick is soft. But master, you do! It's easy. Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The decisive evidence that proves it is. I don't know. What do I do? What do I do? What? A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority, even with questionable methods. What do you mean? In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal, even if it requires bluffing. Oh no! We gotta do like the fucking what were they called? Like the rebuttal statements now? Fuck. Use everything? We have to like do the lies or whatever? Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that. A bluff. In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff? Murder case report, suspicious footprints, past nail cases. Enough with your stupid fantasies! Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy! Do you have any proof that I was the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence! Soichigayo, there was footprints at the clock tower! Someone who wears loafers. You left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene. There were footprints left under the window in the mud where you inspected them. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints. Impossible! I already burned those shoes in the incinerator! Oh! You gave yourself away. Fucking idiot! I swear I only enacted justice in the name of God. Looks like it worked. Good job, Yuma. Thanks. Kenai Ward is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty. Those slain were the evil incinerate that harmed others. Evil incarnate that harmed others. That's why the people asked the Nailman to kill them. Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them. Made them suffer. All I did was slay evil. So wait, you just admitted it. Case closed. He did it. Like, there's no more Mystery Labyrinth, right? We did it. Aside from, like, the final showdown, right? If somebody hates someone bad enough, they give them a name to the Nailman. And the priest went around killing those people as the Nailman? The urban legend offered targets for murder. A priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but went around killing people because someone wanted them dead? Ken I Ward is awesome! It's terrible. It's insane to think he'd kill people for a reason like that. That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma. My expectations of you weren't wrong after all. Is it finally over? Huh. Nothing's happening. But last time... Yeah, the soul of the true culprit was created... who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet. Huh? It's not over? There still are mysteries related to the Nailman killings within the mystery labyrinth. But we solved all the locked rooms and discovered the true identity of the Nailman. Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed it. Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic. If the Nailman's identity is exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved, then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in the string of killings. Someone else's agenda? Meaning, the Nailman didn't work alone. You mean there's another culprit? But, Yuma, if you consider yourself to be a true detective, you must see the truth to the very end. No mystery concludes with the dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve. Alright. We have to review all killings from a different perspective. A hidden agenda. Oh yeah, baby. Brand named Beverage Brothers. Out of the 4 locked rooms, if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret, it would be the room that's obviously different from the others. Different? Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right? That's what you want, right? Huh? Oh, fine. I can't say no to you when you're so helpless like that. Okay, Master, lay it all out. I do believe I read that part, but I did like save here, so I think they had to reset it. Okay, so thinking time. If I'm supposed to select the one that is different from the rest, the one that was different was obviously the art gallery one. Here's my reasoning, because they weren't killed the same way. Plus, there was less dolls nailed to that crime scene, so it also kind of is like a giveaway of why it's not the same. Why did all the other places have an egregious amount of dolls? When the art gallery ones, it was more paintings nailed to the walls than dolls. Now, obviously, there was still a doll, so we can't, like, rule out that it was still the Nailman killings. But the way the woman was killed, it wasn't from strangulation, it was blunt force trauma. Now, in any case, if you have a series of serial killings that with the same type of like modus operandi, the same killer would not have changed the way that they killed all these people. So it's a dead giveaway as to why, like, because she did not die from strangulation, she died from blunt force trauma, someone else must have killed her, and it wasn't the priest. Either that or there was like a heavy amount of whoever the accomplice is involved in that case rather than just the priest. We have to at least assume that. But because of the way she was killed, it almost makes me convinced that it wasn't the priest that actually did that kill. The priest might have still had a hand in maybe the locked room. I don't know. Like, there's not enough clues to give that away. But I think at least her actual physical death was not the priest. The priest would have continued to keep strangling people. He would not have killed someone with blunt force trauma. And that would have been the third one. I think, right? It was the third one, right? Yeah, because the first one was the club. The second one was the mansion. The third one was the art gallery, and the fourth was the clock tower. So it was this one. Unless I have to go through all of them, I don't know. But my money, if I'm supposed to select the one that was different, it was the third one. That was the one that was different. The locked room is different from the others because the victim's death. It's got to be death. Right? D... Hopefully I can spell right. E... A... T... Fuck. I missed it. I do like the spinning fast better. Because I can actually see all the letters as they come by. Because of the victim's death. But I gotta believe I might actually have to go through all the barrels. Oh, damn. I don't think we got that one before. That was a sweet shot of the dogs, I'm not gonna lie. Crazy. A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage. If so, then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go. Yeah. I wonder how long these actually truly are, because this is probably, I would argue this is actually genuinely our true first Mystery Labyrinth, because, like, the other one was kind of tutorial. If you think about it, like, in the perspective of Danganronpa, like, the very first trial, okay, like, again, this is spoiler alert, I did mention this, I think, in, like, episode 2, I probably will spoil a lot of things from, like, the Danganronpa series, because it's hard not to compare the two. So if you have not seen Danganronpa and would like to and not get spoiled anything, please go and view them how, you know, whatever means you like to view them by. But with the first trial was only like, I want to say like 35 to 40 minutes. It wasn't like a full hour because it was more like a tutorial trial and you got through it pretty quickly. Like it wasn't like, you know, the 2 hours that most of the other trials normally would have been. It was like, you can complete the trial in like 50 minutes. Because, like, it was very plain and simple. In fact, Sayaka even spells out, like, Leon on the fucking back wall. So it's like, it really is supposed to kind of be, like, a trial phase. And that's what I feel like this game's, like, when we did the Amaterasu Express murders, like, it makes me feel like that was more of, like, a tutorial one. So I don't really know the truth of, like, how long these labyrinths are really supposed to be. I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different. Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resisting. There's also evidence of blunt trauma to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow. The mark should have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death. The real cause of death is blunt force trauma. That is my conclusion as well. But why was that the case? Obviously, because there must have been someone else involved in these murders, not just the priest. The priest would have continued to keep strangling people. If it wouldn't be like the same Nailman killings if there was any other cause of death. Here's another obstacle, but it's likely to be an insignificant one. Yuma, let's solve this mystery and move on. Right. Why was the cause of death made to look like strangulation? The work of a copycat. The work of a copycat is your choice. Yep. It was not the work of a priest. There was another person involved in these killings. Someone who probably had motive to do so, to kill all these high-ranking individuals. The strangulation was faked to imply the crime had the same perpetrator as the other 3 incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared like the Nailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means this was a copycat crime. I agree. Oh, so we have to point out who the copycat is? Is it one of them? Among the string of Nailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals. That has to be why the mystery labyrinth still remains even after discovering the Nailman's identity. So, who is the copycat criminal? Indeed, we need to uncover the imposter's identity. Alright. Okay, so if it's one of the... Who is the copycat killer? The boy is an option? You're accusing me of being the copycat criminal? What the hell? I'll kill your ass. The boy? No, it's not me. I told you already, I have nothing to do with this. First of all, like I said, the solution key with the paint bucket is, like, getting me more curious because, like, obviously, if the art gallery attested that he kicked over that paint bucket, that leads me to believe there's more to that scene than not, and he's the one that kicked over the bucket. So I think there's more to it than that. Plus, he was infatuated with the Nailman killings, which would give him motive to copy the Nailman killings. You see where I'm going here? It's gotta be him. It's gotta be the worshipper, right? I'm going with it. He's gotta be the copycat. I think I was right. Yeah! Logic for the win, baby. You are the copycat criminal. Huh? Me? What are you talking about? I told you about the Nailman and even cooperated in your investigation. And now you think I'm the murderer? Are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth shit. I'll crush you to dust, you filth. Yeah, I think I was right. I was right. Logic for the win. Reasoning get match. Past Nailman Murder's mansion. Why accuse me of the culprit? I was just the first on the scene. Why do you think I'm the copycat criminal? It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? And even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could have been the copycat. The nun could have been the copycat. Anyone could have done it. Soichigayo, there was no public information about the cause of death. You had to have seen the crimes. The cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangulation to resemble the Nailman's MO. But the murderers all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the Nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene. Which means you could have committed the murder in the art gallery. Oh, running away, I see. Master, after him! Beat some sense in that sensitive, nonsensical phantom! The what? No, I think you could have contradicted either way. I'm sorry. The first one on the scene of the culprit is rather cliche. He was always suspicious, but the real Nailman was someone else. I didn't connect the dots. He was fabricated by the Nailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else. Ultimately, he became the Nailman. It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones. I don't know who's talking. Master, the truth is right there! My radar is banging like crazy. Banging? In the beginning. In the beginning. Oh, this must be the end though. Like, it actually wasn't like too like crazy long. Go away! I won't let you have the truth! Looks like we've arrived at the final stage. If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth! Master, don't let your guard down! Yeah. Okay, wait. Boulder kick was circle. Smash through wall was square. Jump was X, right? Dude, I hope I remember that right. I probably should look at like the gameplay settings. Whatever, I'm rolling with it. If I fuck it up, then so be it. Oh wait, is Halara gonna like ride shotgun on on Shinigami? Or oh no, it's just okay, it's just gonna be us two. Damn, that would have been cool too. Halara just riding shotgun. How dare you accuse me? You have no proof. You didn't even check the crime scenes back then. You didn't even check the crime scenes. Okay, you didn't check the crime scenes back then. You didn't check the crime scenes back. No, it has to, yes, it has to be Halara's forte. Because we physically could check it, so this has to be it. About Halara's forte. You're wrong! Ha! Thanks to Halara's forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like at the time. My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when the third party first entered. We used post-cognition to gather all the evidence. Okay, I need to stop that. Rumbling! Rumbling! Woo! 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 Wait! Holy shit. Boom! 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 You think you could stop me, fool? You're never gonna find the culprit! What you saw is only what I saw in the moment the corpse was first discovered. What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was first discovered. Evidence found related to the murder in the art gallery storage room. At the time the body was discovered, someone from the church tried to enter and knocked over a paint can. Someone from the church. The art gallery employee claims he was the one who unlocked the door but was too afraid to open it. Instead, he watched from behind the person from the church open the door. When the person opened the door, he stopped at the sight of the victim. That was when the paint can was knocked over. The person from the church who at the art gallery staff member was referring to is likely the worshiper who always discovers the victims. Boom! We have proof that you were there! Halara's post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Halara's post-cognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered. So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered. That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it because you're the culprit. This is the truth of the case. Ha! Hi-ya! I mean, it makes sense. He worshipped the nail man, so it's like, of course he's gonna do the nail man killings. Like, he worshipped it like God himself. That one's not a real plot twist. Go! Master, finish him! Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can. Deduction denouement. Alright, here we go. Let's start. Alright. Who is the nail man? The priest. And who is the nail man's copycat? The worshipper. Mystery unraveled. Beep, 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 beep. Step right up, step right up. A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend. Will we discover the true identity of the nail man? Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement. To solve the mystery of the string of events, we have to know who the nail man is first. The nail man is an urban legend of Canai Ward. You write down the name of someone you want dead and drive a nail through it on a doll to a tree in the church. And the nail man will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails. A string of murders exactly like an urban legend began half a year ago. All the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki District. The victim was none other than a geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation. I heard the buy-in to place a bet was pretty steep and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place. The key to the door was inside of a glass, and the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible. But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb. The proof? The proof? Why the nails were bent downward. The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route. The second murder happened 3 months ago. It was at a mansion near Ginma District. The victim was some real estate agent who lived there, and the cause of death was, again, strangulation. He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would want to get him. The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance, but the key to that door was underneath a nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room. A fishing line passed through the vent through the eye socket of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key into the vent, and boom, and throw the key into the vent, and boom, you got yourself a locked room mystery. The key was tossed under the victim from the vent, and once the fishing line was retrieved, the corpse's upper body fell over, completing the crime scene. The nails in the upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all. The third murder happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage room in Ginma District. The skank's cause of death was blunt force trauma. She was a pretty lady who let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed. The key to the storage room was nailed to the painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here. The painting with the doll nailed to it was propped up against the window, and then the culprit left the room. They nailed the key to the painting through the window, knocked it over, and bam, all done. Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. And now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Kanai Ward. The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we gotta solve this case. The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was rainwater under the window, and the nails in the 2 dolls had rub marks. In other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape the window. With my logic, anything is possible. Why are you... with my logic, anything is possible. Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway, the killer cut footing on the way down from the window. That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope ladder to retrieve the whole thing. The shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected. I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love shutters, master. The rope ladder was collected, then burned in the church incinerator, which only clergy had access to. That's how we know the nailman must be someone from the clergy. But one question arose from this. The nailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation. This piece of information wasn't publicized. But the cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later, which means that it was someone mimicking the nailman, but I already know the identity of the copycat killer. First, the nailman must have been someone thin enough to pass through the vent. Someone with the skills to throw the key with precision. And a clergy member with access to the incinerator. The priest, you're the nailman! And a copycat is someone who knows all of the victims were strangled to death. Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the nailman's crimes is... the worshipper! You're the copycat criminal! 2 murders in 1 case? That's crazy. I actually thought it was going to be more like an accomplice thing. I didn't realize they were going for like, it's actually... Ha! This is the truth of the case! I didn't think there was going to be 2, like, actual murderers. I didn't think he would have gone and, like, actually killed someone himself and imitated the... What's that? It's the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth. I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it. Thank you, Halara. I was only able to make it this far thanks to you. I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice, hiring me. But I will say one thing. You've taken another step towards being a detective. That much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you. Really, Halara? You do? Oh, and they even, like, shook our hand. They're not even, like, scared to, like, touch us anymore. Oh! All right, all eyes on Shinigami. What's about to happen? Oh, isn't it obvious? It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to boom kill the bad guy. It's punishment time! Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case. Death to all deplorables. Ruin to the Veil Mystery Labyrinth. Or Vial, I think. I keep saying Veil. Luminous darkness, shining rainbow, glorious stellar spiral. Bella Fresco grand finale. So does that mean 2 people are gonna die? Or is it just gonna be the priest? Because technically he's the real nail man. Because technically the worshiper just killed a dude, like killed a woman. I mean, I guess at the end of the day it's still a mystery. So I'm sure he's probably gonna die too. Ah! Oh, yep, they both died. Father? Are you alright? What is going on? What happened to those 2? There's no pulse. They're dead. Dead? What? What? What is this? I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer. The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price. The cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing within it. I knew this would happen, but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes. It's like I killed them myself. No, I didn't kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth. There! Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time to eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right? These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them. If you look at it that way, there's nothing to feel bad about at all. It's not so simple when it comes to people dying. Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison? Hey, hold on. I have no idea what's going on here. God, this is too much to be happening all at once. Shall we talk at headquarters? We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there. Immediately. Is it just me, or are things more complicated than I thought before entering the mystery labyrinth? Oh? You want help? Are you going to rely on me again? Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help. Oh my god, she can possess souls. Ahem, everyone. Oh! He came back to life! Sorry about that. You see, I am actually the nail man. What? These are my final words, so I can't lie. I am the nail man. The worshipper lying there just next to me is the copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used at each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I am lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks. I didn't know you could do that. But what about Well, but that was a super lazy confession. Will it work? That should do it. We have eyewitnesses, so this case is closed. The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him. Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation at once. What? It wasn't effective at all. He's so stubborn. Why? This is why I hate authority. What do we do? Wait, I hear something. Huh? What now? A motorbike? Something is heading this way at an alarming speed. It can't be! Where's it coming from? Who the fuck? No! What are you doing here? Ah! Oh shit. Who are you? You dare speak so carelessly. Who do you think I am? The hero who defends peace and order of Kanai Ward, director of Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile. Sorry, that's too quick of thinking. I'll solidify them now. Now that I got a better look at them, I gotta get into character. The Peacekeepers director? So he is the head of the Peacekeepers. Now you know, small fry, bow down. Yomi Hellsmile. Or Hell's Mile. I guess it... I think I prefer Hell's Smile than Hell's Mile. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. What are you doing here? What should I give her? No need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro. Martina Electro. Damn, she's a baddie too. God damn. God. She's my beloved right hand. No one else gets to have her. What's with him? Master, be careful! This Yomi guy is dangerous. Huh? I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before. He's that bad? So what brings you here? Oh, right. I was so focused on the beloved right hand that I completely forgot. As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right? Huh? Director Yomi, what is going on here? Why am I... We have discovered you have been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church. Huh? We now know why you are so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings. After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman. Wait, please, Director Yomi, I did it under your orders. Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing. I only did this because you ordered me to. Seth, you make me sad. I'm the hero and defender of the peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud soldiers of that mission. And yet you let yourself be corrupted? How could you? Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward, die. Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executes a serious crime. The punishment must be severe. But... Interesting. So the head peacekeeper actually came in and helped us. Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this. I'm so annoyed, I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand. It's an honor. He's terrible, like a lizard cutting off his own tail to survive. Someone like him is in charge of the peacekeepers? Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him, though it'd probably be too late for that. Well then, to our shit-for-brains friends playing detective, looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die. In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior. Before you were insignificant specks of dust, but now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass. Annoying little shits. Wow, that's not very nice. Let's go, my beloved right hand. Yes, Director Yomi. Looks like we've been tangled by someone dangerous. Yeah, thanks to you. One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that? I'm sorry, but no buts, none. How did this happen anyway? Halara helped me out. But Halara, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you? What? When did I say that? Huh? It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten. What? Halara's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth. Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories. Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is. But I thought Halara and I had finally reached an understanding. Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe from your assignment. That's awful! Hey, Yuma, are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again. By the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the peacekeepers didn't mess with it? What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it. Yuma, help me out. Follow me. Damn. So now we're not on good terms. Yuma, it was supposed to be time for your solution, but you've ended up in a mess. Huh? Yeah. Before they could be accused, the true culprit suddenly died. It's my first time dealing with such a thing. Still, I do remember this. You did your absolute best to try and solve the case. Huh? You should be proud. Halara? Look, the chief is calling for you. You should go. Right. Thank you. Hell yeah. Okay, we're still on good terms with Halara. Nice. I swoon over that wink. Oh, Halara. Although you're a greedy bitch, you're still awesome. Are you serious? A peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church? If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't. What about the priest being the nail man? It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nail man. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails into the forest and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the peacekeepers. So, what about the kitty cat criminal?
You mean the copycat?
That one was already publicized as well. They say that the copycat did it out of admiration for the real Nailman.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself. None of this really makes any sense.
It sure doesn't look like death by poison to me.
It was me! I did it all with the detective kneeling in penitence over there!
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow, especially when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy. I heard he rode on a dragon.
No, it was a motorcycle.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining around at the Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
Extraordinary? So he is very normal? How scary. It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization. Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs. If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah! What's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
Sheesh! So much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start? We have to obey directives from number 1, no matter how difficult they are. Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much... No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you could take your seat now. My legs feel numb. Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on. For everyone's sake. Got it? Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard! I'm so stressed I could die! Oh wait, but I can die!
Do we have a visitor? That's rare. Yuma, could you go and get it? Sure. Nocturnal Detective Agency, is this Pizza Hut? Oh, it's the boy. Oh, it's you.
My dad is back safe at home. It's all thanks to you. Thank you for helping us.
No, well, I'm happy to help. I'm happy for you.
Oh, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Be quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something? Will you play catch with me?
Huh? Catch? But it's raining. Actually, sure, let's play. I throw one directly to his face. The unending rain. My memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still haven't yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter. Why I wanted to be a detective. Could it have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my hand? Maybe I should give myself credit for the small realization. So, just for a bit longer, I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective. Maybe because you simply just wanted to help people. Chapter 1, The Nailman Killings End. That wasn't too bad. That was about like a Danganronpa chapter, I would imagine. Right? I would say that was like 10 hours, maybe? Yo, wait! Full SS! Oh my god! Even on stamina! Okay, so maybe it isn't like that awful. Like, it is actually pretty lenient. Because I did take some hits. You know what I also, like, forgot to mention? Like, what I forgot, I realized in the Amaterasu one, I completely forgot about, like, I couldn't I screwed up pinpointing where, the culprit was hiding after we reached car 1 again when it was burned. I forgot, like, I went through the whole list of answers and lost, like, a lot of stamina from that. So, yeah, I guess I could see why I'd get a C there. But even still, like, the amount of hits I took in that one to still get an SS, like... Yeah, I don't know. I guess you really have to, like, just genuinely fuck up and get, like, game overs and stuff, you know? To, like, really mess it up, I guess. But anyway, I'm glad I did it. That's awesome. SS, baby.